ahead on Fishing Australia, part 2 of our epic Florida adventure, chasing the Silver King. I am a very long way from home. This is Florida's Gulf region, where you can find some of the best sports fishing in the world. I'm here with a team of Aussies on the hunt for the so-called Silver King. My base is Boca Grande, an iconic Florida hamlet where anglers from around the world gather for the legendary giant tarpon. This fish can grow over 2 metres long and is a fierce fighter. So far on this mission, we had managed to catch a couple of very large specimens, but a 100-pound plus monster remained elusive. For the moment though, it's not just about giant tarpon here at Boca Grande. There's a number of other good trophy species to target, and Captain Chris Slattery is one of the local guides ready to help me out.
Chris, we've driven straight past where all the big tarpon are.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's right next to where I picked you up.
But it's not just about tarpon, there's other cool fish here, right?
Yeah, I know. Today we're gonna drive around a little bit, see if we can't find a couple redfish schools.
Yep.
This time of year they like to push in here.
Okay.
And if we can't get on those, then we're gonna move to maybe catch some snook along some oyster beds.
Yeah. Both sound good to me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Whoa, and you can see them there. Look at that. How good is that?
All those redfish, boys.
Look at that.
I'm gonna hook up one here too.
Yeah, go the double. And they look like good size. That's what we're looking for. Yes. Oh, we're all hooked up here now. You got to get one there, surely. I got one on. He's just staying with the school. They look like
your
nice
rod tip up
redfish.
nice and high. That way you keep them from going in the grass.
Right, okay. Here he comes now. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Look at him there. Look at him there. I'm going to jump down there and grab him. All right. Give him here, mate. Come round here, mate. Here we go. Look at that. You want to hold that rod?
Yep, I will.
My first redfish in Florida. On the flats, the only way to do it, isn't it?
Very good.
Such
Very
good fun. He got to be 10 pound, doesn't he?
He's probably a 10 pounder.
Yeah.
30 plus inches. It's a good fish.
Yeah, and they're very thick, very solid fish. Look at that. There's a lure he's got. That's my atomic prong, one of my favourite lures. Some of my favourite lures back home, mate.
Well, it worked over here for sure.
Yeah, it's got like 100 species so far. Looks like the prawn, and I'm sure they eat prawn type things here. Whoa, here you go, buddy. We'll get you back soon. That is just fantastic fun. They've got that distinctive spot on the tail, haven't they, mate?
Yeah, they've got that spot. See, it's for predators.
Yeah.
So if a predator looks at that fish, they think that's the eye.
Yeah.
So they're chasing the tail instead of the head.
And every spot's different, isn't it?
Every spot's different. Some fish have multiple spots.
Yeah. Okay.
Some fish have one, some fish have none.
All right. We'll get this guy back in the water, let him go. He can swim another day. This is great fun.
Yeah.
And Chris,
Yeah, I'm glad we got on him.
Yeah, well, we might find some more yet. This is really good fun. It's great. Yeah. Take the grips out. Give him, he's such a solid, he's ready to go already. Such a solid fish. There you go, mate. There he goes. How exciting is this? Redfish moving through, you can see their tails, the colour in them. I'm just going to lead them over there, best way I can. Yeah, this goes. Oh, bite on. That is fantastic. When you can do that, you know, we're in 2 foot of water here. Geez, I got mine here right now. He's not quite as big as the last one, but still a beautiful fish. All right, he's ready to grab there, mate. Nice to meet you, buddy. Yep. Wonderful. Jump up here, mate, and you can grab that. And you can see, we're talking about that first one. Look how the tail's different. See? 4 spots on there. It's like their fingerprint. So we can't get busted showing the three different photos of the one fish because
Got 4 spots on them.
Yeah. They're loving that lure. Now, that's called the atomic prong, which imitates a prawn, but you call it something different here.
Yeah, no, that's it looks a lot like a shrimp.
Quality table fish?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
We are closed.
Yeah,
until
closed. Yep.
May of 2019.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll let him go. But
it's a decent fish to eat.
yeah,
I'd like to let them all go.
yeah,
I'd like to see more and more come back.
yeah, why not? All right, he likes the sound of that too. And we'll get that hook and we'll pop him back. That is brilliant fun.
The redfish had made a run for it and settled onto the distant flats, just out of reach. So my guide Chris came up with another plan to chase snook, a fish I'd never caught before. That's next on Fishing Australia. I'm in Boca Grande, on Florida's west coast, chasing the fabled giant tarpon, a massive 100-pound plus fish that grows to over 2 metres in length. While famous around the world for its tarpon fishing, Boca is renowned for a variety of other species, which also make for great sports fishing, and is why this place attracts anglers from all corners of the globe. My guide, Captain Chris Slattery, had already given me a taste of redfish, and now it was time to discover what snook were all about.
Here we go, got him. Got him. Just the habitat, the shallow rock bars, the mangroves, the river mouths. The habitat's much like the barra, they like the heat.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, so, you know, out here catching my very first snook, mate.
I'm glad.
And much like a barra, they sort of, there he goes, bit of a head shake, bit of a jump. You grab him for me, mate.
I will. Snook have got little sandpaper mouths, kind of like a bass.
Yeah. Bring him up here, mate.
Yeah.
You got him?
Just grab him by the mouth.
Yeah, bring him here. Look at that. I mean, they look different from a barra, but they behave the same. What a beautiful fish, mate. My first snook, hey? Here in Boca Grande in Florida. Blessed. I've been waiting a long time to do this and it's been worth it. Sensational. We'll get him back then.
Chasing snook and redfish had been rewarding, but we were here for giant tarpon. The following morning, we launched to see if they were back on the chew. Joining me today was my neighbour from back home, Darren White. Darren had already landed a good-sized tarpon, and we were keen to see if he could upsize.
What do you do back in the sunny coast? So you only live around the corner from me, but your business in Brisbane, Darren?
Yeah, so I own an aluminium window company called High Tech Glazing. So we make aluminium windows and doors, balustrades, sunshades, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
More for commercial buildings and stuff like that?
Yeah, we mostly focus on high-rises, aged care,
Yeah.
childcare centres, shopping centres, that kind of thing. We do the odd fancy house here and there.
Yeah.
Got a couple up the coast at the moment, up Sunshine Beach sort of area.
You managed to get a bit of time off work to go fishing back home?
Yeah, try and sneak away on the weekends. The odd midweek one if weather works out and work commitments don't get in the way, but generally it's the weekend if we can get out.
Our hope, of course, was to land a tarpon upwards of 100 pounds. But being here, on a day like this, any fish is a good fish.
Well, same technique we've been using most of the time. A couple of live baits out the back, casting lures off the front. But we can also pitch a bait when you see a fish. And this fish here is not a tarpon, but it's taken a live bait that we're throwing out. Plenty of tarpon boiling around. We haven't worked out how to catch them yet, but what do we got here? A little bull shark, another thing we have back home. Darren, you caught one of them before, mate?
Yeah, caught a couple of them up the beach.
Yeah. And you know, they're no more dangerous than any other shark. The reason these guys have got a bad reputation is because they live in that murky water. And that's why they bite people, mate. They mistake you for something else.
Yeah, sure.
There you go, mate.
Yeah, nice.
Mate, he'd be no match for your high-tech glazing, mate. I don't reckon,
No,
mate.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we've got everyone fishing with us, from window experts to accountants, plumbers, real estate agents, lawyers, doctors. There's a whole group of us here enjoying Boca Grande in Florida, catching plenty of different fish. Mate, that circle hook right in the corner of the mouth, that's another good reason to use them, because if you catch a fish with sharp teeth, gets him in the corner and he can't bite through that. That's a Ado Gamakatsu circle. Beautiful hook, use them a lot. There's our bull shark. He or she could get very big. We'll get that hook off and get her back in the water. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Good bit of fun.
On the board.
The tarpon were eluding us for the moment, so it was time for a new spot and another species. The snook were on the chew, so we boarded with Captain Cameron Shirlnight and zipped over to a spot known as Turtle Bay.
Cameron, beautiful backyard you got, mate.
You know what? You can't complain. It's a beautiful estuary, very diverse. Got a couple rivers feeding it, so a lot of nutrients. It's just a fishy place in general.
It's really good here. You can actually see them sometimes cruising along that light-coloured edge. There he goes. There, jumps like they jump like Barra too. And the numbers remind me of barramundi up north in Australia. So, but classic little tropical fish. He's a reasonable. Look at him chopping under there. Look at him, listen to him buffing under there. Here we go. There's my snook there. Oh, beautiful fish. Look at that. He's only just lip hooked, so I'm just going to grab him to be sure. There we go. Ha-ha. Beautiful snook. Double hook up. Darren's on in the background there. He's about 20, 21 inches legals, I think. A bit bigger than that, about 28 or something, but we're going to let him go regardless. Beautiful fish. They're a great table fish, first-class table fish.
Florida is blessed with a user-friendly tropical climate and is surrounded by a vast range of fresh and saltwater environments. A visit to Florida is not complete without checking out the Florida Keys. No flight is required. The Oversea Highway links this island chain all the way from mainland Florida to the southernmost part of the USA, Key West. Right in the heart of this island chain is a sports fishing mecca, Isla Morada, which in Spanish means purple waters. In more recent times, it's become the self-proclaimed sports fishing capital of the world. And with the Atlantic Ocean to the west and the Everglades to the east, it's certainly right up there in terms of fishing options. Our base here is the iconic Pines and Palms Resort. There's a range of accommodation, from single rooms and cabins, right up to the waterside apartments, complete with 2 bedrooms and a jacuzzi overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. Moderately priced and nestled amongst iconic seafood restaurants, Pines and Palms is a winner. For more information, check out pinesandpalms.com. Pines and Palms is also right next to an iconic sports fishing marina, Bud and Mary's. With the Atlantic too rough, I took the opportunity to take my daughter Hayley out to some more protected waters. Under the guidance of local guru Rick Stanzik, we were primed for an adventure deep into the heart of the Everglades. It was great to take a step back and see Hayley and Rick team up to land this beautiful fish on light tackle. The Florida Keys are the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world. The range of snorkeling and diving experiences are diverse and magnificent. Like anywhere, conditions play a part, and with the wind picking up, we decided to check out a brilliant all-weather option, Aquarium Encounters. Aquarium Encounters offers a range of experiences, from swimming with reef fish, cuddling a stingray, feeding a shark, or just splashing about. Florida is blessed with some stunning natural springs. These springs bubble up out of the ground, and the filtered water produced is as clear as you will get. Locals consider these springs the original theme parks of Florida, especially in summer when the water temperatures are just perfect for a dip. Inland Florida is filled with lakes and waterways. The riparian vegetation such as these various grass species, act as a filter for the water that eventually runs to sea. The area is also a nursery for baitfish, crustaceans, and juveniles of the species we are targeting, like tarpon, redfish, and snook. It's this vast, interconnected ecosystem that leads to some of the most amazing estuary fishing on the planet. Next on Fishing Australia, a monster myth comes to life. You can keep up with all the action, adventure, and excitement from our travels by going to the fishingaustralia.tv website. You'll find tips to help you land that dream catch, plus info about our destinations. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Life jackets are an essential part of my kit, and a major part of that is care and service. Just as I care for my rods and tackle, I care for my life jackets. I check it before I head out every time to make sure all the parts are in good shape. That means giving the jacket a good once-over with this simple 4-step check. No visible signs of wear and tear. Ensure the CO2 cylinder is screwed in firmly, hand tight. Same with the auto cartridge, hand tight. And the pull cord, clear and ready to go. It takes no time at all to be safe and prepared for anything that may happen out on the water.
I'm in Boca Grande on Florida's west coast, chasing the revered giant tarpon, a fish that grows to over 2 metres in length. With me once again is my guru guide, Captain Chuck Jenks, and we're heading out for one last session to see if I can finally hook a mega tarpon.
Oh, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It ain't always this easy, but it's good fun when it is. That score's getting low. We're gonna chase down this big puppy. This fish could be anywhere between 50 and 200 pound plus. And Chuck said to me earlier, you've got more chance of catching a bigger one than a smaller one. It's just the way it is here at Boca Grande. And I tell you what, you know, I'm almost 50 years old. I've been fishing since I was 2. And this is one of the highlights of my fishing career so far. I've been dreaming about these big silverfish since I could walk, and it's not letting me down so far. It is absolutely epic.
This will be your biggest one of the trip so far.
This will be the biggest one of the trip so far. Chuck, I'm keen to grab this one for myself,
Okay.
and I'll pass you the rod at some point. Anything I should know about?
Yeah, there's a few things you want to be aware of, Rob. I think this fish still has a lot of power, even though we fought him for 20 minutes and we're getting him close to the boat and he's tired. When you grab him, you want to grab him by the lower jaw and just be aware that he can still jump. So if you have a hold of him and he jumps, just push him away from you. If you just have the leader in your hand and you don't have control of the actual fish and he jumps, just let everything go and just step back. Because if he hits you, if his head hits your head, he's going to win that battle. You're going to the hospital and your trip's going to be ruined.
It's okay.
These things are solid muscle, and they still, even after being fought to the edge of exhaustion here, he still has a lot of life in him.
All
So
right.
if you want to pass me that rod,
Yep.
I'll try to bring the fish right to you. I'm gonna reel backwards here.
All right. Can you normally kneel down for this? Oh no, I thought he got off then. Oh, I thought he got off that line. He just turned for a second. Wow. Well, we were ready to grab the leader, but he's got other ideas, and we've got the master here who's fought countless thousands of tarpon, and he's giving you some, Chuck.
Yeah, he took a little gulp of air, and that gives him a little boost of energy. Pull him right to you. Just head up there. Back. Slide your hand down there, grab his jaw. There you go. You got both hands. All right, I'll get the hook out for you, Rob.
There's that gamakatsu right in the corner of the mouth. You grab that, mate.
Yeah, just back it out.
What a hook.
Look at that, just grab a little piece of skin
Yeah.
right out, just like that. Perfect.
This is a 2-hand fish. Oh, 6-foot long, 150-pound, prehistoric beast of Florida, the giant tarpon. Just turn right a bit there for me, Chuck, and give him a little bit of air. Hopefully he doesn't jump on me because I quite
You did great for grabbing your first one, Rob.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
And
I can let him go.
He's ready.
I let him go. He can go. I don't want him jumping in the boat. Oh, mate, that has got to be one of the highlights of my fishing career. Chuck Jenks from Boca Grande, the head guide on this trip. Yeah! Look at it. Look at it.
You've only been fishing a half hour.
Speak for yourself. Oh, unbelievable. All right.
Boca Grande had lived up to its reputation as the giant tarpon capital of the world. And the memories of this place and this extraordinary adventure will remain with me forever.